Hi, Nicole.
Oh,
So we're going to go on to that next week, that focus. So this is the last week on the focus of the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. But like I said, there'll be a lot of the same movements in there. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and lie on your back and just put your hands on your belly and breathe into your hands. Just notice what it's like to feel your belly poofing up to the ceiling, like it's lifting your hands up as high as they can go. And then as you exhale, your hands are just chasing the navel down to the spine. And then inhale and poof up the belly. And exhale and let the hands chase the navel down to the spine. And then inhale and poof up the belly. And exhale and let the hands chase the navel down to the spine. And just do that a few more times. And see if you can inhale so much that you start to even feel your hands tipping towards your feet a little bit. And see if you can exhale so much that at the very bottom of the exhale, you can feel your hands kind of pulling up under your rib cage a little bit. That's kind of a, as you inhale, your belly poofs out and down towards your feet a little bit. And as you exhale, the belly draws toward the spine and comes up along the front edge of the spine, like you're tucking your navel up inside your rib cage. Just see if you can notice that movement. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then go ahead and notice the difference. We're not going to poof the belly up this time, but we're just going to kind of reach the navel over towards the left a little bit, and then reach the navel over towards the right a little bit, and then reach the navel over towards the left and kind of keep it over there as you also reach your navel over towards the right. And just keep reaching your navel side to side until you feel your belly just get a little tighter and tighter and tighter without poofing it forward, without poofing it up to the ceiling, but just kind of tightening up as it goes side to side. And then just put your hands back on that firmness of the belly. Just feel that firmness around the navel and breathe into its resistance. And then as you exhale, just watch it drop toward the spine after the navel. It's not actively coming in, it's just dropping down. And then inhale and breathe into the resistance of that. And then exhale and just let the navel drop down towards the spine. Again, it's not actively doing anything. It's just as you exhale, it'll chase the navel down to the spine. And then one more time, inhale, breathe into that resistance that you created, and exhale and drop it all the way down, and see if you can even drop it so far down that it starts to ride up underneath the rib cage a little bit. So you feel that whole firmness kind of drawing in and up along the front of the spine. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just one more of those. Go a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right with your navel, and just create this firmness around the navel without poofing up your belly. And then breathe into your firmness. And then as you exhale, let that firmness chase the navel down to the spine, and see if you can chase it so far that it starts to pull up along the front edge of the spine under the rib cage. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just let that go and take a breath for nothing. And then bend your right knee and put your foot on the floor, and take your left ankle bone to your right thigh and reach your left knee away. So here you are in a figure 4, and just kind of weave one hand in between that space and hold on to the back of your right thigh. Just keep reaching your left knee away. You might even tip onto your right butt cheek a little bit and just feel what is it like to tip over a little bit. And then just start to straighten and release that right leg a few times. And then just take your left foot and put it back on the floor and push your right calf up with both of your hands. So you're trying to chase that calf away from the back of the knee. And then drop the fingers down into the divots between two of your hamstrings and see if you can pull them apart, separate them a little bit. They get kind of clogged up against each other, but they're supposed to slide freely. And go from the back of the knee down to the sitting bone. And after you've done that, move over a divot between the next two hamstrings and see if you can loosen them up a bit. And then just straighten that leg up to the ceiling once more and rotate your ankle a few times. And then put that right foot on the ground. Take your left ankle bone back to the top of your right thigh. Thread your hands through once more and straighten that right leg up. Let's go ahead and take the left hand and push that left knee away just a little bit and then roll over onto your right butt cheek again. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then release both legs down on the floor. Shake your legs a little bit. Bend your left knee and place your left foot on the floor. Take the right ankle bone to the left thigh and reach that right knee away. And just thread your right hand through and clasp a hold of your hands behind your left thigh as you reach your right knee away. Just drop a little more weight onto your left glute and see what it's like to lean over towards the left a little bit. And then just go ahead and start to straighten and release that left leg. So your left foot's coming up into the air and then releasing down. And then go ahead and release your right foot onto the ground. Take your hands and press your calf on the left leg up toward the heel. And then drop the fingers into the divot between two of your hamstrings and see if you can loosen them up a little bit from the back of the knee all the way down to the sitting bone. And then when you're ready, move over a divot and keep going with that action there. And then when you're ready, straighten that leg up to the ceiling, rotate the foot for a moment, rotate the ankle, and then just set that left foot back down on the ground. Right ankle bone comes back to left thigh. Thread your hands through once again, holding on to back of left thigh, and then straighten left leg up towards ceiling. Push the heel up. And now loose your right hand, press your right knee away from you, and just drop a little weight onto your left glute. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then shake out your legs again. And then take them both up to the ceiling and put your right toes into your left heel and just press your left heel up towards the ceiling and drop your left toes towards your face. And then take your left toes and press them into your right heel and drop your right toes to your face. And just go for a walk like that, pressing one heel at a time and kind of elongating the back leg. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then when you're ready, take your knees into your chest and rock front to back until you've come all the way up to seated. And then we're going to just take our blocks with us as we come into that mermaid posture. So the right knee is bent. I've got both knees are bent. I've got the left heel alongside my glute. I've got the right foot in the top of my left thigh. And I'm just going to cat arch here onto the blocks. And I'm looking for that little space at the bottom tip of that left shoulder blade. And I'm going to inhale, puff up into that space, and exhale, let it go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, I'm going to open that wing up. Take that arm behind and breathe up under the collarbone. So I'm puffing up the upper chest on the left side. And then as I exhale, I'll just come back with my hand onto the brick and take an inhale into the bottom tip of that shoulder blade in the cat arch. And exhale here. Inhale, open up your wing. This time, add the rotation of your hand. So see if you can externally rotate your hand so your palm reaches even further back behind you. Pull the bottom tip of your left shoulder blade down the back towards the spine and then into the rib cage. And then on your next exhale, just take that hand back to the brick. Inhale into the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, open up the wing. Rotate the hand backward. Pull the bottom tip of the shoulder blade into the spine, down the back, and into the rib cage. And this time, loosen up your belly like we were doing last week. And see if you can turn the hand a little further and drop the tip of the shoulder blade a little bit deeper toward the pelvis or towards the spine or into the rib cage. And then on your next exhale, come back with the hand. Inhale, poof up at that bottom tip of shoulder blade, and exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, open the wing. Turn the hand, pull the bottom tip of the shoulder blade toward the spine, toward the pelvis, and into the rib cage. Loose the belly at first and deepen those movements. And then tighten up the belly like we were doing on the floor, left, right, and breathe into the firmness. And then exhale, chase that navel down to the spine and ride it in and up the spine a little bit. For 3 and 2. And 1, and then take that left hand back and breathe into that cat arch. And exhale. And then just come to feet on the floor, knees up, and just take a couple of windshield wipes to kind of loosen up. We deepened into that back arch right underneath the shoulder blade tip. And just loosening up any tightness that happened in the low back from that. And then take your mermaid the other direction. And again, just find that bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And as you inhale, see if you can puff it up. See if you can puff up that bottom tip of the shoulder blade. Just make a little bit of space there. And then exhale, let that go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On your inhale, open up your wing. See if you can breathe under your right collarbone as you puff up the top of that breast tissue. And then as you exhale, take that hand back. Inhale into the bottom tip of your shoulder blade. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, open your wing. Turn your hand, revolve it so it's facing back behind you. It's externally rotating. Pull your shoulder blade tip toward the spine, down toward the pelvis, and in toward the rib cage. And on your next exhale, just bring it back to the block. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, open up. Turn your hand back. Shoulder blade comes in and down and toward the spine. This time, loose your belly and see if you can deepen those movements at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And on your next exhalation, just close that hand up. Breathe into the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And exhale, let that go. Inhale, open up. Turn the hand. Hold the bottom tip of the shoulder blade down toward the pelvis, in towards the spine, and in towards the back of the rib cage. First, loose the belly and deepen that. And then firm up the belly like we were doing at the beginning on the floor. Breathe into that firmness. exhale, let that firmness chase the navel to the spine and then ride in and up the front of the spine for 3 and 2 and 1. And on your next exhale, just close that up. Inhale, bottom tip of shoulder blade. And exhale. And then whenever you're ready, just come and stand in a forward fold at the head of your mat and let the base of the skull go, and just notice that work in the bottom tip of the shoulder blade area we've been working for the last few weeks. Those little muscles closing and opening that bottom tip for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just go ahead and roll up 1 vertebra at a time. And when you get to standing, take your right foot behind your left foot and float your arms up and take your right wrist into your left hand. And just extend, not so much at the shoulder top, but from the bottom rib all the way up to the right wrist. And just make a little side bend to the left and see if you can elongate the right side, spread the right rib tips as you lean over to the left for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just stamp your heels down and feel your glutes as you forward fold. And then hold on to your blocks and walk them over to the left a little bit. See if you can internally rotate that right foam roller. So your right toes, your right knees, your right hip, your right rib, your right collarbone are all turning, rotating to the left a little bit. And that's going to help you feel, again, that bottom tip of shoulder blade in this position. And just breathe into there for 3 and 2 and 1. And then inhale and see if you can take a little bit of a dog tilt at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And exhale, cat arch. And inhale, dog tilt. You might not go very far. That's okay. And exhale, cat arch. And inhale, dog tilt. And exhale and cat arch. And then just come back to the center, release your right foot, roll up as slowly as you can, 1 vertebra at a time. And then just step your left foot behind your right foot, catch your left wrist with your right hand, and just lean over towards the right. And not from the shoulder top so much as the bottom left rib. See if you can spread your left rib tips as you lean over towards the right. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then really stamp your heels into the ground and see if you can get your glutes working a little bit as you forward fold. And then walk your blocks over towards the right and feel that bottom tip of shoulder blade as you turn your left foam roller internally. So your left toes, your left knee, your left hip, your left rib, your left collarbone, turning to the right a little bit. And then inhale, tiny little dog tilt, and exhale, cat arch. Inhale, little dog tilt at the bottom tip of your shoulder blade. And exhale, cat arch. And inhale, dog tilt. And exhale, cat arch. And then go ahead and release that left foot from behind the right foot. Inhale and look halfway up. And then just exhale and step your right foot back. Lift and spread your left toes, slightly straighten your front leg. Let your head go. And then just fan that left foot side to side as you keep pulling the left hip back. Push the left heel into the ground and just feel the elongation of that left leg. For 3 and 2 and 1. And on your next inhale, the right knee is going to come down. The left knee is going to come as far in front of the left ankle as it feels like. We're going to make a little sitting bone circle with the left sitting bone. And the right one's going to move too, but it's very passive. And then we'll go the other direction for 3 and 2 and 1. And then I'm just going to back up so that my right hip is over my right knee. And I'm going to walk my left foot out to the side. So if you were looking at me head on, you could see that it was parallel to the front plane of my body. And then I'm going to let my right palm come forward, elevate, again, not from the shoulder top, but from the low rib. And then I'm going to exhale and twist to the left, right hand outside left thigh, left hand coming into right sideways, and just lead with your belly as you twist for 3 and 2 and 1. And then as you untwist, just come over into that cat arch we were working. Pick up the bottom tip of your shoulder blades and breathe into it and exhale. And on your next inhale, just open up your right wing and take that block out to the side so it's in a 180 straight line with your thigh, and take the left arm alongside the ear. Let your right ear drape down and just let your left rib tip spread open and rainbow up to the ceiling. And then turn your heart up to the sky a little bit. Take an easy inhale and draw your right shoulder blade down the back towards the spine and in towards the rib cage. Scoop up your belly, loosen it at first and see if you can tighten up that movement in the shoulder blade. And then go ahead and firm the belly. Breathe into that firmness. Exhale, chase the navel to the spine. And then draw that navel up, in and up, like you're going to tuck it under the rib cage. Just feel that deepening of the back arch right underneath that bottom tip of shoulder blade there. For 3 and 2 and 1. Keep that firmness in your belly as you come up, and then take your block forward, push your left heel into the ground so you can feel the glute activate. Straighten your right leg and take your left foot at a 45-degree angle out to the side. Lift and spread the toes and fan your foot side to side. Just pull the left hip back as you push the left heel forward into the floor for 3 and 2 and 1. And then on your next inhale, bend your right knee, let your left knee bend and come in front of the left ankle as much as it wants to, and just take a little sitting bone circle there. And then go the other direction for 3 and 2 and 1. And then back up your right hip so it's over your right knee. Let your right palm come forward and up. Lift from the lowest right rib. Exhale and turn. Lead with your belly. Turn your belly. 3, 2, 1. And then just release into this cat arch. Inhale and pick up the bottom tip of your shoulder blades and exhale there. And then as you inhale, just take your right block on a 180 from your front thigh and take your left arm alongside the ear. Drape your right ear down and inhale, spread your left rib tips, rainbow them up to the sky. And then just turn your navel slightly toward the ceiling. Pull your right shoulder blade down the back towards the spine and in towards the rib cage. Make the action of externally rotating like we did when we turned the hand. Loosen the belly at first and see if you can deepen that action. And then firm up the belly. Inhale into the firmness. Exhale it down to the spine and up along the spine. And then keep that firmness in the belly as you let that go. Push into your left heel. Use your glute as you unfold your right leg, and then walk your left foot onto the mat so it's on the outer edge of the mat. Lift and spread your left toes. Fan your foot side to side. As you pull the hip back, push the left heel into the ground. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just last sitting bone circle. Right knee comes down. Left knee in front of left ankle. Go both directions for 3 and 2 and 1. And then back up your hip over your knee. Right palm comes forward and up. Exhale, twisting, twist from your belly. Lead with your navel. 3, 2, 1. Release and find that cat arch. So breathe into the bottom tip of that shoulder blade. Inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, take that block back like the mermaid arm, and left arm comes alongside of the ear. Spread the left rib tips up to the sky and turn your heart up towards the ceiling. And then just start to work with your right shoulder blade. Bring it down toward the pelvis, in towards the spine, in towards the rib cage. Make the action of that external rotation, loose the belly, and then firm the belly up. Inhale into the firmness and exhale, chase the navel down to the spine and bring the navel in and up. And just notice the deepening of that back bend there. You could even pick up your left heel if you feel like it. And then hold on to that firmness in your belly as you come forward and exhale. Cat arching, slightly straighten your front leg, lift and spread your left toes one last time. Fanning your foot side to side for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just step your left foot back and come into a danda. So pick up between your shoulder blades, raise the base of your skull towards the ceiling. Pull hip crest forward, reach heels back until your quads are tight. You could squeeze your knees and just feel that upward movement between the shoulder blades, like you're trying to pick up your body off the blocks. 3, 2, 1. And then just step your right foot forward, lift and spread your right toes, fan your right foot side to side. Pull your right hip back as you push your right heel forward, trying to elongate the back of that leg for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just drop your left knee down, let your right knee come in front of your right ankle as much as it wants to, and make a little sitting bone circle. When you feel ready, go the other direction. And then back up your left hip so it's just over your left knee, and take your right knee out to the side so that your right thigh is parallel to the front edge of your body. And then your left palm is going to come forward and up. Try not to pick up the shoulder blade, just lift from that lowest left rib and then turn. Left hand comes outside right thigh, right hand tucks into left side waist. Lead with your navel. Try to turn your navel to the right. 3, 2, and 1. And then just cat arch and breathe into that bottom tip of shoulder blade. And exhale there. And then on your next inhale, open up that mermaid wing and take it out to the side. So it's at a 180 from your thigh, and right arm comes alongside ear, left ear drapes down. Inhale, breathe into your right rib tips, just spread them apart, rainbow them up to the sky. And then as you exhale, turn your heart up towards the ceiling. On your inhalation, bring your left shoulder blade down toward the pelvis, toward the spine, and in towards the rib cage. See if you can find a little external rotation there, like when we were twisting our hand. Loosen your belly, deepen that shoulder blade movement, and then firm your belly up. Inhale into the firmness. Exhale, chase it down to the spine and up along the front edge of the spine. Just feel that back bend happen. Hold on to that firmness in your belly as you unwind from that, and then take your foot forward at a 45-degree angle, tuck your left toes under. Exhale, cat arching, push into your right heel, pull your right hip back as you fan your foot side to side for 3, 2, and 1. And then left knee comes down, right knee is at a 45-degree angle. We're just going to take that little sitting bone circle, go the other direction. And then back up your left hip over your left knee. Take your left palm forward. Inhale, lift from that bottom rib. Exhale, left hand outside right thigh. Right hand comes behind you and tucks into left sideways. Lead with your navel as you twist. 3, and 1, and then release and cat arch. Inhale into the bottom tip of shoulder blade. Exhale, let that go. Inhale that block back so it's at a 45-degree angle with your front thigh. Right arm comes alongside the ear, left ear drapes down. Inhale, spread your right rib tips, rainbow them up to the sky. And then exhale your heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, pull left shoulder blade down toward the spine and into the rib cage. Deepen that a little bit with the rotation of the hand, the loosening of the belly, and then firm the belly, breathe into it, and exhale, let it chase the navel to the spine and draw up alongside of it. And then tighten your belly up even more as you come forward. Tuck your left toes under. Exhale, cat arching. This time your right foot's along the right edge of your mat. Lift and spread your toes and fan your foot side to side. Push into your right heel as you pull your right sitting bone back. 3, 1. Drop left knee, right knee comes forward. Make a little sitting bone circle. And go the other direction. And then draw your left hip back over your left knee. Left palm comes forward and up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Lead with the navel. 3, 2, and 1. And then unwind, cat arch. Breathe into bottom tip of shoulder blade. Exhale. Inhale, open your wing. Right arm comes alongside of ear. Spread right rib tips, rainbow them up to the sky. Exhale, turn your navel up towards the ceiling. Inhale, pull your left shoulder blade down the back toward the spine and in toward the rib cage. Deepen by externally rotating and loosening your belly. And then firm up your belly. Inhale into the firmness. Exhale, chase the navel down to the spine and pull it up along the front edge of the spine. And then keep your belly on. Keep your left glute on if you can. As you unwind, tuck your left toes under. Exhale, cat arching, slightly straighten your front leg. Lift and spread your right toes. Fan your foot side to side. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just step back into your danda. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then we're going to take the right knee down and the left foot forward. Just lift your heel up for a second and drop it down. And then push your left big toe mound forward as you fan that foot side to side again, lengthening the back line of that left leg even more. And then we're going to walk our blocks over to the right. Walk your left block a little further than your right block and reach from the bottom tip of shoulder blade as you creep your fingers forward and breathe into that space at the bottom tip of that left shoulder blade. For 3, push your hips over to the left side of the mat. And 2, and 1. And then firm your right hand into the block. Left hand comes up and reaches wide. So widening the notch between the collarbones. Let that right ear drape down. Breathe into left rib cage. 3, 2, and 1. And then just let that left hand come down and climb underneath the right arm. Flip the palm, cinch the fingers back, and reach that left shoulder blade towards the front mat. Turn the belly to the right. 3, 2, and 1. And then release and walk all the way past your left foot. Let your right block come further than your left block. Reach from the bottom tip of that right shoulder blade as you extend and crawl the right fingers a little further away. Inhaling, back door of the heart. Exhaling, let it go. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling, and then stand your blocks up. On your next inhalation, bend your left knee, keep your cat arch, and really puff up that bottom tip of shoulder blade area. And then exhale, come back, straighten the leg. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, straighten. And then inhale. This time as you inhale, see if you can do a little teeny dog tilt at the bottom tip of that shoulder blade. And then exhale, cat arch. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, a little bit of dog tilt. Exhale, cat arch. Turn your belly to the left. Keep breathing into that bottom tip of shoulder blade for 3 and 2 and 1. And then release. Step that left foot back. Danda. 3 and 1. And then step your right foot forward, left knee down. Just pick your heel up and set it down. Push your right big toe mound forward. Pull your right sitting bone back. Fan your foot side to side. 3, 2, and 1. And then just walk your blocks over towards the left. Let your right block walk further than your left block. Reach the bottom tip of the shoulder blade towards the top of the head as you cinch your fingers forward and breathe into the back door of the heart. See if you can find that little shoulder blade tip expansive. 3, 2, 1. Firm your left hand into the block. Lift the right hand up. Widen the notch between the collarbones as you reach into those fingertips. And let the left ear drape down towards the left shoulder as you breathe. Right ribs apart. And then just drop that right hand onto the block. Walk it underneath the left arm. Flip the palm and cinch the fingertips towards the back of the block as you pull the right shoulder blade towards the front of the mat. And reach your hips over towards the right. 3, 2, and 1. And then just release and walk all the way past the right leg to the other side. And then breathe into the bottom tip of that left shoulder blade as you cinch your left fingertips forward. 3, 2, 1. And then stand your blocks up. Inhale, bend the knee. Stay in your cat arch and keep expanding that place at the back door of your heart. Exhale, straighten right leg. Inhale, bend. Breathing bottom tip of left shoulder blade. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, and this time come up into a little dog tilt at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. Exhale, cat arch there. Inhale, dog tilt. You're not going to go very far. That's okay. Exhale, cat arch. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat arch. And really turn the belly to the right as you keep breathing into that bottom of shoulder blade. 3, 2, 1. And then release the blocks to the front of the mat. Step back, Dandasana. Hip crest come forward, heels go back, tight quads, squeeze knees, lift between shoulder blades, press imaginary block up to ceiling with base of skull. Inhale into the firm belly and exhale, let it chase the navel up to the spine and right up along the front edge of it. For 3. 2, and 1. And then down dog on the blocks and step the left foot forward. Walk your blocks around to the right side of the mat. Inhale, look halfway up, and exhale, just set your head on a block and take a couple of deep breaths there. For 3, and 2, And one, and then inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees and take your glutes way back. Try not to let your knees come forward. Take an easy inhale there. And as you exhale, push your right heel away from you. Straighten your right leg. Reach your left knee out to the side. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, push your left heel away from you. Straighten your left leg. Reach your right knee out to the side. See if you can find your right glute, pushing your right heel down, waxing your right foot off. 3, 2, 1. And then just go side to side. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then come back to the center. Take an easy inhale, and as you exhale, walk your blocks over to the left. Walk your right block a little further than your left block. Reach from the bottom tip of the right shoulder blade as you creep your fingers forward a little bit, and then turn your belly to the left. And just feel that twist. And then walk your blocks a little further to the left. You can take them down if they feel tippy. If you feel like you have the room, you can take your right forearm and hook your calf with it. And then re-straighten your left leg. If you have the room for it, you can take that right hand behind the base of the skull and just find that space in the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade, cat arching and opening up as you turn your belly to the left. For 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Walk your blocks around to the other side. Inhale into that bottom tip of shoulder blade as you reach your left block a little further and cinch your fingertips a little further away from you. And then go ahead and walk your blocks a little further back. You can take them down a notch like this. Or if you have room, you can hook your right calf with your left forearm. And then as you re-straighten, you can take the back of the hand to the base of the skull. Wherever you are, breathe into the bottom tip of your left shoulder blade. Little cat arch there, and then turn your belly to the right. For 3, 2, and 1. And then release and walk to the center. Roll up one vertebra at a time with your knees slightly bent. And take your feet out at a 45-degree angle. And without letting your knees come forward, sit your glutes way back. Find your block and take it behind the head. All right. So keep your block up. Try to lift your whole rib cage away from the pelvis. And then draw that block back behind the head. Take an easy inhale. And as you exhale, drop your right elbow down. Breathe into your lower left ribs. Take your left elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale your way down. Inhale the right elbow back. Breathe into your lower right ribs. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale your way down. Inhale your left elbow back. Breathe into your upper left ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale your way down. Inhale your right elbow back. Breathe into your upper right ribs. For 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale your way down and turn to face your right knee. Drop your left elbow towards the floor and let your left shoulder blade chase after that. Breathe into the bottom tip of that left shoulder blade. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, open your wing, look up, breathe under your collarbone. Loose your left hand, externally rotate, take the shoulder blade in, toward the spine, down the back, toward the rib cage. Loosen your belly, deepen the shoulder blade. 3, 2, 1, and then just straighten your legs forward, fold again. Breathe, rest your head. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then go ahead and bend your knees and roll up again, one vertebra at a time. Take your block with you. Feet are at a 45-degree angle. Try not to let your knees go forward. Just bend your knees, sit your glutes way back. Keep your block up to the sky. Extend your rib cage away from your pelvis. And either take the block toward the back of the head. Yeah, let's all start there. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, left elbow comes down, right elbow comes back. Breathe bottom right ribs. 3, 2, and 1. Stay there or extend your block away from you. Really find the rib tip spreading on that right side. For 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale your way up and exhale your way down. Pull your left elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Either stay there or extend and lengthen. Really spread your left rib tips. Breathe. 3, and 2, and 1. And inhale your way back up and exhale down. Pull your right elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Stay there or extend and reach and lengthen. Drop your right sitting bone. 3, 2, 1. And then come back and drop your right elbow down. Take your left elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Stay there or extend. Sink your left sitting bone as you extend your left sideways. 3, 2, 1. And then come back, drop your left elbow down. Turn your right elbow towards the floor. Let your right shoulder blade chase it. 3, 2, 1. Open your wing. Breathe up under your collarbone. Loose your right hand. Externally rotate that right palm. Pull right shoulder blade to the spine, down toward the pelvis, in towards the rib cage. Loose your belly. 3, 2, 1. And then parallel or pigeon toe your feet, forward fold, and breathe. A couple of loose, generous breaths. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then walk your blocks around to the front of your mat and step your back foot to meet the front. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale the hands up over the head. Exhaling forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling another Chaturanga if you want it. Downward facing dog. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands and take that left knee down onto the ground. All right, back up left hip over left knee. And take an easy inhale. As you exhale, cat arch into that left bottom tip of shoulder blade. As you inhale, open your mermaid arm. Take that block behind you. And right arm comes alongside the ear. Turn the navel up to the sky. Pull left shoulder blade in towards the spine, down the back, and in towards the rib cage. Loosen the belly at first, but then firm it up. Inhale, exhale, chase it down to the spine and pull it up along the front edge of the ribs. Now, if you want to pick up your right heel, you can. If you want to take your left block out to the side more, you can. If you'd like to take your right shin into your hand, you can. I guess I should have told you to have your strap in case you felt like straightening your foot. Sorry. Padasana for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. And then just release. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take 3 loose, generous breaths here for 3 and 2 and 1. And then inhale, your left leg comes up, and exhale, your left foot in between the hands. Let your right knee come down. Starting your cat arch, breathing into the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. Inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, mermaid arm, open it up. Left arm alongside the ear, spread the left rib tips and turn your navel up towards the sky. And then just start to work with that shoulder blade. Pull it in towards the spine, down the back and in towards the rib cage. And then loosen your belly, deepen that hold. And then see if you can tighten up your belly. Breathe into the firmness and then exhale the navel to the spine. If you want to take that block further out, feel free. If you want to lift your left heel or take your left shin into your hand, feel free to do that. You could hold the toes and extend if you feel like it. Padasana for 3 and 2 and 1. Really gorgeous postures. Nice job. Okay, so then just release. Take your hands to the front of the mat. Step your left foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. For 3, 2, and 1. And then just step your right foot forward, step your left foot forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Take the weight in the heels, come on up with a flat back. Look up as the palms touch. Exhaling, namaste. Take your right foot behind your left foot. Take your right wrist in your left hand and just give a little side bend to the left. Breathe and spread those left rib tips. And take your right foam roller into a little internal rotation. So your right toes, your right knee, your right hip, your right rib, your right collarbone are all turning slightly to the left. 3, 2, 1. And then keep a firm belly. Keep your glutes on as you press your heels into the ground as you forward fold. And then walk your blocks over towards the left, and breathe into the bottom tip of the shoulder blade for 3 and 2 and 1. And then unwind. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, another chaturanga if you feel like it. Downward facing dog. And then just pick the right foot up. Exhale the right foot in between the hands. Take your hands up onto your blocks. Make sure your tail is straight back. So if you're sitting out into your right thigh, pull your right hip in so that your tailbone is going straight back. Let your left hip come forward. Let your left heel go back until your left quad is tight. You can squeeze your left knee. Your right knee's joint stacked over the ankle. Now pull on your blocks. Pull, pull, pull until your back is on. And then come on up. And go ahead and circle your hands down. Interlace your fingers. Drop your fingertips down. And just tune into the bottom tip of your shoulder blades. See if you can draw them together down the back and in towards the back of the rib cage. Loosen your belly for a moment and deepen that, and then firm up your belly. Inhale into it. Exhale, let that firmness chase the navel down to the spine and pull up along the front edge of the spine and extend the base of the skull up towards the top of the head. 3, 2, and 1. And then push your right heel into the ground. Keep your belly firm. Keep your right glute on as you forward fold. And then hop your left foot forward just a little bit. Slightly straighten your front leg any amount. Cat arch your back. Let your head go. And then go ahead and walk your blocks as far forward as you can get them. Extend, extend, extend along the sideways as you pull that right hip back. 3, 2, and 1. And then walk your blocks in. And actually just take your hands down. We'll step the right foot back to meet the left. We'll come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg lifts. Exhale your left foot between the hands. Take your hands up on the blocks. See if you can get your tail going straight back behind you. Reach your right hip forward, your right heel back till your right quad is taut, and you can squeeze your right knee and then pull on your blocks. Come on up. And then take the opposite index finger in front. As you interlace your fingers, drop your hands down. Pull your shoulder blades down the back towards the spine and into the rib cage. Loosen your belly at first and deepen that action a little bit. Inhale into a firm belly. Exhale, chase the firmness. Let the firmness chase the navel to the spine and draw up along the front edge of the spine as you look up. For 3, 2, and 1. And then just keep firm in your belly. Push your left heel on the ground so your left glute is working as you forward fold. And then hop your back foot forward a little bit. Cat arch over your front leg. And then walk your blocks as far away from you as you can. Just elongate the sideways. 3, 2, and 1. Take your hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, another chaturanga if you want it. Downward facing dog. And then just come onto all fours. We're going to take a couple of dog cats. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come to neutral. Firm your left hand into the floor. Inhale your right arm up to the sky and exhale. Thread the needle between the left palm and the left knee and listen to the ground with your right ear. Feel free to stay there. Feel free to walk your left foot behind you or out to the side. Feel free to stay there. Feel free to inhale the left arm up and exhale it down into your right side waist or to your right inner thigh. Lead with your belly as you turn. For 3, 2, and 1. And then just release. Take your left palm down, right palm down, left knee down. Take some dog cat tilts. And then come to neutral. Firm your right palm into the ground. Inhale the left arm lifts. Thread the needle between your right palm and your right knee. Listen to the ground with your left ear. Feel free to take your right leg back behind you or out to the side. Feel free to leave your right arm where it is or pick it up and drop that right hand into your left side waist or to your right inside thigh. Turn, lead with your belly as you turn. 3, 2, and 1. And then Release. Come back to all fours and just a couple more dog cats. 3, 2, and 1. And then just sit back, child's pose, take a couple of breaths. 3, and 2, and 1. And then just roll up to seated. We're going to take an Ustrasana, so the hips are over the knees. We're going to start with our toes curled under. And I want you to pick up one heel at a time, pull it in toward the glute, activate the back leg, and then pull up the other heel. And just try to keep that sense of your heels lifting so that the back leg is working, your glutes are tight, your hammies are on. You want to kind of feel that. And then just let your hip crest be stacked right over your knees. And then we're going to inhale the hands up, extend the rib cage away from the pelvis, draw them behind and interlace the fingers, drop them down, draw your shoulder blades together, down the back and into the rib cage. Loosen your belly for just a second and then deepen that action. And then firm up your belly. Inhale into the firmness and then exhale. Let that chase the firmness, chase the navel down to the spine. And then just take your hands to your heel tops. You can draw that navel up along the spine if you have the room. For 3, 2, and 1. Keep your navel, keep your belly firm. Keep your glutes squeezing as you forward fold. Just come slowly, slowly down and come into your child's pose again and take a couple of breaths there. For 3, and 2, and 1. And stay there, or if you'd like to take another one, go ahead and come up. Find a rest, find a try again. Squeeze your buns, get your hammies on. Do your shoulder blade work. Breathe into your firm belly and exhale. Let that firmness chase the navel towards the spine. You can even do that breath again if you want to, and just feel the front spines well supported by that firmness. And you're taking the curvature into the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. 3, 2, 1. Keep your belly firm. Keep your glutes squeezing as you come forward so you don't compromise your low back, and take a little rest in your child's pose. Really nice work. Beautiful work. Good. Stay in your rest. If you feel like taking a third one, go ahead. Find a rest. Find a go ahead if you feel well. Get your glutes on, get your hammies on. Do your shoulder blade work. Loose belly at first, and then firm up your belly, breathe into it, and exhale the firmness down to the spine and up along the front edge of the spine. For 3, and 2, and 1. Nicely done. Keep your firm belly, keep your glutes on as you forward fold slowly, and then just take a couple of breaths in your child's pose. Really nicely done. Great. Okay, we're going to take a last twist before we get upside down. So begin by taking your left heel close to your right sitting bone, taking your right foot outside your left thigh. Oh, sorry, I want to go the other way first for this practice. Right heel towards left sitting bone, left foot outside right thigh. And then just take your right palm forward and up, lift from your lowest rib, and exhale, catch that outer thigh with your right forearm. And then just feel that bottom tip of shoulder blade that we've been working. Reach your belly to the left. If you'd like to go further, you can step your left shoulder blade back, take your left hand a little further back and dive it into your right side waist. If you'd like to go farther, you can take your right hand behind your head, reach it to the left, and wrap your shoulder blade with it, and then drop it down outside your left thigh so that your elbow's there. And then you can cinch your hand through and hold your hands. Turn from your belly, turn from your navel. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then release and just take a mini turn to the right. And then follow your hands as you walk all the way around, hokey pokey. And then your left heel will be at your right sitting bone, and your right heel, your right foot will be on the floor. And then just take your left palm and lift it up, go from your lowest left rib and catch the outside of your right thigh. Turn the belly, feel this part, the bottom tip of the shoulder blade that we've been opening up as you rotate. And then if you want to go further, step your right shoulder blade back, take your right hand behind you and dive your right hand into your left side waist. And if you'd like to go a little further, take your left hand behind your head, reach your elbow around, let your shoulder blade follow after it, and then drop that whole thing outside the right thigh. And then you can tuck your hand inside and meet your fingertips. Turn from your belly, wherever you are. It's your belly that leads. 3. 2. And 1. And then release and take a little micro turn to the left. And then go ahead and release your legs and take them out. So we're going to take a little inversion. So go ahead and take your legs up the wall. If you feel like you have to do a shirsha, you can. Otherwise, just get your calves, thighs, heels, and glutes against the wall as you stretch the back leg. Really nice. All right. A couple of breaths in your child's pose if you are coming out of your headstand. And if you've got your legs up the wall, just turn over onto one side and press yourself up to seated. And we'll take a little roll. So go ahead and start with that ball underneath the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade. Bend knees, place feet on the floor, and you can either have your hands behind your head and just glide between the 2 ribs, or you can have your elbows down if that's too intense. Three, 2, 1, and then roll the ball down and in so it's between the next 2 ribs. And again, you can have your elbows down, or if you need more intensity, you can take your hands behind your head. 3, 2, And 1. And then roll that ball down another inch. So it's right below the bottom rib. And then just bring your upper body down onto the floor. Take some weight into your feet and lift your pelvis up and go right across the top of the QL where it inserts into the bottom rib. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then when you're up against the right edge of the spine, take all the weight into the left foot, take the right ankle bone to the left thigh and reach the right knee away. And then just jug head to foot. For 3. And 2. Yes, I love about that. So it's right in the bottom. It's kind of better. All the top of the pelvis. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Okay, so then, here's the pelvis. Let's go. Awesome. I'm going to right edge of the spine. I take all the way into the left foot. Take all the way into the left side. Let's try right down into your glutes. It's looking for a little owie spot there. Find it put after rotation.
Mom, I think your mic is like in a weird place.
Want to lift your left heel, you can pin your knees together. You can take your knees into one.
Mama, I think your mic is in a weird place.
And then straighten out your right leg. Turn your navel 45 degrees to the right. You can stay down there, or you can come up on your right forearm, bend and straighten your right leg, keeping the right outer edge of your foot buried into the floor still. And then turn your navel 45 degrees more so you're on the outer edge of your hip, your belly's facing the wall, and then just draw a circle around your greater trochanter, that bump on the outside of your hip. Just draw a donut around it for 3. 2. 1. And then step your left foot in front of your right thigh and turn your navel 45 degrees towards the floor. And then just like you've got that ball in the change pocket of your jeans, just roll it around. You're looking for a little owie bit right at the top and slightly in front of your IT band, EFL. 3, 2, and 1. And then roll the ball into your sideways so it's above your hip crest and below your rib. And then just stack your left knee on your right knee. Inhale, puff up towards the ball. Exhale, sink down on it. Inhale, puff up your sideways. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. And then just take a couple of dog cat tilts. See if you can get that ball to wind its way into your side waist. There's 3. And 2. And 1. And then pick up your left foot and set it behind you. Turn your navel 45 degrees up to the ceiling again, and just roll that ball in and out of the side of your back or the back of your side. See if you can find a little owie bit there. All the way up to the bottom tip of the right shoulder blade and back down if you want to. And 3. And 2. And 1. Take your time. When you're ready, you're just going to lie flat on the floor and notice any effect on the body of that little roll on the right side that you did not do on the left. Just noticing, telling your brain where you'd like to go on the left side. And then whenever you're ready, you're just going to take that ball at the bottom tip of the left shoulder blade, and we'll start that up again. So we're going to go rolling side to side. You can have your elbows down on the mat or hands behind the head. Take the opposite index finger in front if you can, and just get that ball to glide in between 2 ribs. 3. 1. And then just roll the ball down between the next 2 ribs. And you can have your elbows down like this, or if you need more pressure, you can take your hands back behind your head. 3. 2. And 1. And then just roll the ball down again. So it's right below the bottom rib, and just bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, lift your hips and go side to side. Next time you're up against the left edge of the spine, take all the weight into your right foot, take your left ankle bone to your right thigh, reach your left knee away, and then chug. Insertion point of the psoas, core insertion point. You might feel it all the way down into your inside thigh. And then release, roll the ball down an inch. See if you can find the belly of the QL where you're not touching the rib, not touching the pelvis, just rolling across, erasing your back left to right, right in the middle of that QL. 3, 2, and 1. And then all the weight in the right foot, left ankle bone to right thigh. Reach the left knee away and chug when you're on the left side of the spine, right up against the spine. 3, 2, and 1. And then roll your ball down so it's like a ball on a track right at the top edge of the pelvis, side to side. And next time you're up against the left edge of the spine, just take some dog cat tilts right there with the ball just at the top edge of the sacrum and rolling into the lumbar spine. 3, 2, and 1. And then take that ball into your left glute, just rolling around looking for a little owie bit. When you find it, you can take your left knee in the air, make a circle. If you need more sensation, you can lift your right heel, or you can take your right knee and pin it to your left knee. For 3, 2, and 1. And then straighten out your left leg. Turn your navel 45 degrees to the left. Feel free to stay down there or to come up on your left elbow and then bury the outside edge of your left foot in the mat and bend and straighten your left leg. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then turn 45 degrees more so that your navel is facing the wall, and just draw a circle around your greater trochanter, making a little donut with the ball, and the greater trochanters in the donut hole. 3, 2, and 1. And then just step your right foot in front of your left thigh, turn your navel 45 degrees toward the floor, and just see if you can find that ball as if you had put it inside the change pocket of your jeans and you were rolling around right at the top of your IT band, slightly to the front of it. Tensor fascia lata. 3, 2, and 1. And then just roll that ball into your left side waist, so it's above your pelvis and below the rib cage. Inhale, puff up your side waist, and exhale, sink down on the ball. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. And keep as much weight as you can on the ball, and just see if you can find some dog cats and try to let that ball navigate its way in a little deeper into your side waist. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then step your right foot behind, turn your navel 45 degrees up to the sky, and then just roll in and out of the side of your back, the back of your side. And just see if you can trace that line all the way up to the rib cage or even the bottom tip of the shoulder blade, the line we were opening up for twisting. 3, 2, and 1. And then take your time. Whenever you're ready, you can release. You can lie flat on your back and notice if your left side caught up with your right side. You can go right into Shavasana with your palms up there, or if you have a little more rolling to do, feel free. Your choice. Take an easy inhale through the nose. Long, slow exhalation out the mouth. Inhaling nose. Sighing out the mouth. Inhaling nose. Let everything go. Rolling over on the right side into the fetal position. Taking a moment of gratitude for the miracle of your body, for your strong legs and your strong arms, for the good gift of eyes that see and ears that hear. Such amazing blessings. And grounding your left palm into the mat, come gently up to seated, allowing your head to hang until the very end. Just taking a moment to notice any benefits from the practice tonight in the depth of the breathing, the release to the muscle sheath, or in the quietness of the mind. Then inhaling the hands up, letting palms touch, thumbs to forehead, asking for generous thoughts, and to the lips for kind speech, and to the heart for clear intentions. Namaste.